We're proud to be able to partner with Edmond and present this award today. A little bit about what the award is and what it means. This is an eCities award, and what Google did is we wanted to define and identify cities around the country that were kind of a model city for e-business. Businesses are getting online, they're growing, they're using social media. It's so vitally important in the digital economy for communities to come together and businesses to rally around the internet and gaining customers through that venue. 97% of Americans research products online before they buy local. So a web presence is critical for businesses to grow. Businesses that are online grow 2 times faster and hire twice as many people as businesses that are not online. So Google hired a third-party research firm to go through a number of different criteria to identify the cities. We looked at basically per capita, how well is the city doing online? How many businesses are online? How well are they doing? How well are they growing? What's their web presence like? And Edmond was one of a select few cities in the country that won this award. So I want to, it's a great honor to present this award to Edmond. It's a city that's a great place to grow, and it's a fitting award for the city. So I'd like to introduce Mayor Charles Lamb.
Well, those of you who know me personally know this is really a little bit inconsistent with my use of technology, but the city of Edmond has been as a city, we are a business. We provide a high level of service, but most people may not think of us as a business. But we've been investing in technology in the community, in the city, for a number of years, and in infrastructure to facilitate others using technology. We also use all the social media to communicate with our customers, and we, as a community, are being shopped to a lot of the new businesses that are moving into Oklahoma, i.e. Boeing and GE, and they shop us on the internet and look at us as they do their research. So, in effect, we are a business participant. You'll hear a little bit more about the business community itself in a minute, but I'm honored to represent the community in receiving this award, especially since it's a charter award. I believe this is the first time out. So we'll put this in a prominent place, but really the winners of the award, if you will, are the businesses that are represented here in the room today. I was also charged with introducing the congressman, and I'm not going to take the traditional path of giving you his story in terms of his history. He is in his second term, and his address improved as a result of this being in the second term. He was taken off the 5th floor down a level, a little easier to find now. I have been to Oklahoma. I have been to D.C. a few times lobbying on Edmond's behalf on various issues, and he is available and accessible when you're in D.C. You also see him quite a bit here at home in Oklahoma. And the one thing I would give him kudos for is I've been to Washington enough to know they talk and they think and they process differently than anything else. It's a different world and a different set of rules. He does a great job of coming home and helping us to understand the impact of some of the things that are going on in D.C. And I give him kudos for making the effort and in many cases being successful in that kind of communication. Congressman Langford.
I don't know that anyone can really explain D.C. at that point, but I'll take that. Listen, it's an honor for Edmond, period, to be honored. There's so many ways that Edmond has been honored in the last several years. We recognize it's a great place to live, a great place to work, a great place to have a business, the real estate community. There's so many successes on this to add to it now as well, to be a great place to have an online presence in the business community and to be recognized as one of the national leaders as a community with online presence and shopping tells us how incredibly competitive we are, quite frankly, in Edmond. It's a great place to compete, whether that's in football coming up in the fall between all of our schools or between business to business. What that sends the signal of is that our businesses don't want to get beat by online business, so they do brick and mortar and they do online, and they find a way to be able to compete on it and to level the playing field based on excellence on that. That's a big deal for us. And so I encourage us in the way that we continue to compete on that. I also encourage us in trying to build the synergy of a technical community and of a digital community. Now, I say digital community in the sense that those of us that don't live in that world don't think about that, because there is no analog community, okay, that gathers around on that. But the folks that live and breathe in the technical world and try to build the networks and build the backbone and build the websites, building the synergy of those folks around us, this is a great spot to be able to land. So as people are looking for a place to come as computer engineering, computer science, building, programming, networking, whatever it may be, we'd love to have them here in Edmond, and would love to continue to build that synergy of a group that could be here, that could develop the systems for the rest of the state, and quite frankly for the rest of the world, because this is a great place to live, and so it's a great place to be able to do business and to be able to multiply that out from here. So thanks to Google for recognizing us for that, and we hope in the rest of the world will look up and think Edmond, Oklahoma, I should probably look at that as a great place to be able to do business online and to be able to come and invest in it. So thanks. Do I get the honor of getting a chance to introduce Ken, or do I get to pass that back to you?
Go ahead.
I can take it? I don't want to take anything away from you. Okay. Good. I can make up some good stuff on Ken. Ken Moore actually leads the Edmond Chamber. And if you talk about somebody that interacts with business all the time, he interacts with business all the time and loves to do it. He sells businesses to other business and competes city to city to be able to get folks to be able to move here and invest here, in the businesses that are here to be able to find ways to improve and to be able to get their message out. As a tremendous asset that you are to the city, we're glad that you're here as well. Why don't you come on up and get a chance to share some too. So, Ken Moore.
Well, before I say thank you, let me just say about that, Congressman Langford, that this is easy because it's a partnership selling Edmond. We've got a great city that we have a good partnership. We have a good state legislature that we have a good partnership with. I think we have a good partnership with your office. So I think everybody together really plays an important role in terms of us retaining and attracting business to the community. So thanks to all of you. Mike, thank you for recognizing our community. It's a cool award for sure. It's also nice that, as the mayor said, that we're the inaugural city for doing this. And I think the thing that really struck me, and you've talked about it a little bit ago, is that you didn't do the research yourself. You had somebody else. You hired an outside group come in and do the research to find that we were the coolest city as far as Google was concerned. That means a lot to me, rather than just picking somebody out of the air and saying, hey, you're the city, but it's based upon some research. And for me, I think that's really important. The mayor talked about the fact that the city uses a lot of technology in order to promote itself. And Boeing is a really great example. As we met with them one time, and they told us, they said, for our people to understand what's going on in Edmond so that they'll know about the benefits and the assets that you have, we need to be sure that the city has all the information available so they can simply go there. And the city has done a really good job of that. We've talked about the fact that e-commerce is important for businesses. And I'll give you just a couple of examples and maybe give some recognition. Again, you've acknowledged the fact that most of our businesses have a social presence. They have a website, use Twitter, Facebook, all those kinds of things. And it is important for them to be able to attract business. I'm looking out here at Citizens Bank, and I know that they're really the leaders in terms of social media, and Jill's been recognized nationally for her work in terms of social media. Just one example. And I'll give you a personal example. Many of you know that I have my soon to be 21-year-old granddaughter who's going to school at Baylor in the fall, spent the summer with me. And so whenever we got ready to go do something like finding a place for brunch after church, she'd say, Granddad, Google, let's figure out what's going on here, what the options are. We get ready to go to a movie. Granddad, let's Google, let's figure out what times the movie starts. So that's a better example perhaps than me and the mayor in terms of technology. That's why I have Rachel on our staff to do all of these things. But it is important. It's nice that our businesses are recognized for their work in terms of technology. We do at the Chamber in terms of trying to help our own local businesses know how they can do a better job with technology. We've been doing a series of web seminars and workshops and things like that, where we have experts come in and kind of share best practices and ideas, and we'll continue to do that. I understand that you've got some programs that, as well, that we may be able to plug into to take advantage of some of the things that you have. Just right before we had this, actually yesterday, I got a letter from our National Association, American Chamber of Commerce Executives. And our National Association partners with you all in a program, I wrote it down to be sure I didn't miss it, called Get Your Business Online. And I was sharing with the mayor, kind of along with that, the U.S. Conference of Mayors has a program called Get Your City Online City Challenge, for all of us to work together to work with our local business communities to make sure that they do a better job of using e-commerce and those kinds of things. So let me just conclude again by saying to you, Mike, and to Google, thank you so much. Thank you so much for recognizing Edmond. As the Congressman said, we've been recognized for a lot of different things over the last several years, and we're really excited that we can add that to our list of recognitions. So thank you again very much.